All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but Black Power, Black Divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join, even if you don't. I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption, a definitive Black manhood designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview by clicking that link in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Hebrew Roundtable live stream, where the brothers meet up once a week discussing very vital, important, and powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, get a preview, and become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessory for every room in the house. Got something for your family I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. Omeka, ancient Egypt, ancient Nubia, Black woman is God, Freemasonry exposed, hip-hop occult, Black Illuminati, all the Christianities, the Islam, the Judaism, Hinduism, Black woman is God, making of the white man, and so much, much more. Not another website nowhere on the planet that could compete. You should become a member today. And everybody know the General popping on Patreon. We got that file right there. Wait a minute, let me get it up there. I took it out. Boom. Ancient Egypt, military colony of Mother Ethiopia. That's that military geography, the maps. You already know I'm wicked with the maps. Got that nasty work on the maps. Y'all need to come and get it, family. Also dropping, we got that the Emerald tablets, DNA codes of the Dragon bloodline. For real, this is serious, serious work. And I already manifest right here on the 72 chambers of the pineal gland right before your eyes and showing you, man, that's going to be some real deep information that we dropping. So make sure y'all in there for that one. To all the family that donated to the General, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Those would like to donate, the link is right in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, that's so crazy. On the last video, man, I had videos in there, and goddamn it, I get to talking. I don't even play the goddamn video. You understand what I'm saying? I had 2 videos in there for the Knights Templar, the Anunnaki, Atlantis, and goddamn it, I didn't even play it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come back and even, I got some work for tomorrow. I had to do it the last time. I get to getting on that information, man. Shit, I don't even need the damn video, but I'm gonna play it because I want to speak this, because a lot of people got some of them beliefs that's on the video. So I most definitely want to touch back down on that for real. Today right now we talking about the Philosopher's Stone, a secret connection to the pineal gland. People got this mystical, magical belief in that some stone that can help turn base metals into damn gold and silver, precious stones and precious minerals. This is the belief, not understanding that this is the pineal gland. This is your actions that change, that you changing your actions into the walk of a man that will shine like gold and shine like gems. And this is what they becoming, a divine king, a divine queen. This is what it's talking about. You see what I'm saying? They don't have the stone. That's why they always looking for it. You see, they always looking for the goddamn philosopher's stone. They ain't never found it because they ain't got it and ain't gonna get it. You understand? That's why they talk about when you watch, and we're gonna get on that damn vision, the comics and shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's some information in there. You understand what I'm saying? That's why that segment of literature is, you have a lot of adults and shit because of the information that is in it. Is esoterical information, is truth knowledge in there. So you have to, you got to have somebody that can point that out to you. You see, but the first thing we need to do is when we deal with the etymology. Wait a minute. Do I got my notes? I do. Where my notes? Oh, there they go, right there. Now, well, let's break down philosophy. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to know right there. Let me get that in. Let me get that. Hold on. I gotta go in there and correct that. I see where yeah, I gotta go in there. Here you go. This one right here. I spell that's all right. I spell philosophy. I gotta go in there and correct that. When you deal with philosophy, you dealing with the dragon. That's what it is, and we black it up. We don't play no games. That's the great work. You see what I'm saying? They know what it is. That's why it's intertwined in all languages. And you don't know the etymologies of the dragon. That's why they could, and you won't know. And philosophy speaks to the dragon. You see, I spelled it wrong in there, but I'm gonna make the correction. You got Afi. That's right. You got Afi in there, which is O-P. Well, matter of fact, I did spell it. No, I left one of the O's out. O-P-H-Y. You see, philosophy. You see, so that says philosopher, but the OPHI is the same as OPY is the same as OPHI. Afi is snake, serpent. You see, so why do they say philosophy? Because the dragon was looked at as the bookworm. You see, a bibliophile, even bibliophile got Afi in it, the serpent. You understand? The bookworm, the dragon that reads the literature. So the philosopher, philosophy, bibliophile, all of that speaks to the dragon. So now, see, that's key because you don't hear a lot of people bring the etymology out. So right there, when you're dealing with philosophy, you dealing with the dragon. We went over the Nagamani the other day. See, we already didn't went over. See, when I show you this shit, you gonna see it's just variations of the sacred science that's speaking to our black divinity. You see, so when you talk about the philosopher's stone, you're talking no different than about the Nagamani, which is the stone which they say the gem that's supposedly in the forehead of the cobra, and they over there, faking and flogging. They don't understand that the cobra is a zoo type, a totem, a mascot for African people, the primordials, not even the primordials, the ones that's connected. You see what I'm saying? Melanin on the outside, no melanin on the inside. You understand what I'm saying? Black as hell on the outside, white as snow on the inside. Not connected, not a primordial. Don't let them fool you. There's a lot of goddamn chameleons out here today. You see, there's a lot of goddamn chameleon. They look, no, nigga, that's just, that's a fabrication. That's a fabrication. There's a lot of Frankensteins out here too. You see what I'm saying? You got to go down in that DNA. You got to go off into them melanin centers. And first and foremost, do you got a spark? And then you motherfuckers ain't even got no spark. So you already know. So we dealing with philosophy, philosopher, Sophie. You dealing with the dragon. Sophie, the sacred wisdom, right? So Sophie, wisdom, the sacred wisdom. So the stone is the pineal. That's exactly what it is. Okay. And so now, there you go right there. There you go right there. That's the one I want. Now on Patreon, we're gonna be dealing with the Emerald Tablet, the DNA codes tomorrow. But this is where it speaks to the Philosopher's Stone, supposedly on the Emerald Tablets. You see, of Thoth. Now, anytime you hear Thoth, you're talking about thought. You see what I'm saying? And automatically it gives you the centralized point of the brain. You see, already. You see, so we talking about that, it speak. Now we know again, like I say, this is philosophical. Yeah, so the motherfuckers in there really trying to, blowing they goddamn Europeans in there, blowing themselves up, supposed to be doing alchemy and shit. Yeah, motherfucker in there blowing their motherfucking self up. Black man and woman don't need no motherfucker where we got so much goddamn gold in the ground. We not trying to turn shit into nothing. All we had to do is go in the ground. In certain areas of goddamn Africa, it's topsoil. You understand? The goddamn gold on the top. You ain't even got to dig. They went over there and goddamn gold was on the top of the earth. They ain't have to dig under the earth. So we ain't never need, had to, that's for a motherfucker that's thirsty for and ain't got no gold, don't know how to mine, don't know nothing, ain't got no tools, no nothing. And so they fabricate, they always longing to have what we have. They kings over there in a barn and shit, you understand, the throne and shit made out of, old ass wood and shit, and you know what I'm saying, rotten ass wood. We sitting in Africa with thrones made out of gold, and so they long to live like us, and so they wanted to create sciences. We don't have to create no goddamn science to turn no damn base metals into gold. We got so many goddamn precious minerals in Africa. You understand? So that's not a science that we would have developed. See, you don't understand that what we talking about are the actions. You know what I'm saying? Of a man and a woman. Taking, the base metals is the common attributes of of our people that's holding us down, that's waiting us, is waiting that we gotta elevate. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta ascend. And so that means we got to lighten the load, all that heavy, whatever you hold that's holding you down. You see all these, emotions, all these actions that we partake in every day. That's what it's talking about. Turning those, that's the base metal that is need to be turned into gold. You understand? Right action and evolving action, where you evolve into the next stage. This is what it's talking about. Okay, and this is through your black divinity. No other way. Not through no goddamn Christianity, not through no Islam, none of that. Them motherfuckers over there they saturated with Islam and Christianity, and they the worst goddamn maniacs on the planet. Goddamn it ain't did nothing for them, and goddamn it, they didn't had it 1,000 years, ain't done nothing for them. And they didn't went more and more and more mad every fucking day since they had it. So if that could do it, it would have been did it. You see, when we was in the Nile Valley, we were the epitome of righteousness. You see, no way we could have lived, successfully for 3,000 years in an empire like that, unless we had, we were for the majority of that time living in a state of cosmic, correctness and rightful, we live in right. Living, as we say, on the living on the square. You see, living on the square, being right with ourselves and the cosmos. That's the only way that could have happened. And so again, and we know that this is the pineal gland. We know it's the pineal gland, and because immediately was the Thoth, and then, like I say, the Philosopher's Stone, which is the dragon. Philosophy is rooted in the etymology of the serpent, the divine serpent. And that stone is the same as the Nagamani stone, which is in the cobra. And we know that when you talk about the cobra, you're talking about royalty. You see, kings, queens, primordials, not just any serpent, the cobra. You understand? So, and the crazy thing about which we're gonna get off into Sun Wukong. That's again. Now I'm dealing, and I'm gonna bring it back to Sun Wukong because Sun Wukong was born in the stone too, the Monkey King. Somebody should have told you that, but I'm telling you now. That's the stone. But see, the thing is, see, the Monkey King might be a little more, it's easier to express. You see, because they show you, but you ain't gonna know until somebody connect the story. They not expecting that you gonna connect Sun Wukong to the 72 chambers of the pineal gland. They're not gonna expect you to do that. You see, but that's what it is. But he was born in a stone egg. You see, that fell from heaven. So there you again, you talking about something that ascended down. Anunnaki, the avatar, all of that is the descent from the heaven. So this stone fell down from heaven, and for over 500 years, it was saturated with yin and yang until a womb, a womb appeared within the stone. You see, a womb, and the Monkey King was born out of the womb. Cracked the egg, the stone egg, and he came out. You see what I'm saying? So he's a chaos being. He is a chaos because that's all. But the whole story is how to contain him. Because he didn't follow no fucking rule, and he was the most powerful entity in all the universe aside the Buddha. You see what I'm saying? And that's crazy. So even Sun Wukong is connected to the stone. The stone egg, and the egg. That's another variation. It could be an egg, it could be a gem, the stone. All of that is symbolic of the pineal gland. And so the thing is, when you're talking about Sun Wukong, he's a daemon. He's a demon, but it's a daemon. And so the thing is, when we talk about the throne that the seraphim, it's the same thing. Seraphim that guards the throne. The throne is the pineal. You got these seraphim that guard the throne of God. You see, and that's these 72, but it's actually 144 when you look at it. You see, it's 72 positive, 72 negative. You see, negative energy. And I ain't going to say it, but we understand. You see, light and dark. Let's say it that way. Light and dark. Necessary. You got to be able to tap into both. You see, you got to be able to tap into both. But the base is that melanin. You feel what I'm saying? Because even out of this cosmic melanin was born the sun. Here I go again. I didn't talk through the goddamn video. I ain't play the video. I'm going to run all these. I'm going to run all these back tomorrow. But when you talk about and we talking about the emerald tablets, and then you got in the root of that, you got Emir, ruler. You see, the stone, the ruler, the throne of God. We talking again. The thought. Where's the thought? The mind. Where's this center of the mind? The pineal. Because you can't. The thoughts is the melanin is almost like a surfboard. The thoughts is on that, and it's sailing across you got your nervous system, and that's what it is. The nervous system is the highway in your body. You see that the thought and energy and electricity is moving through there, through your DNA and your cells, electrifying your cell. But the commands from your brain move from your central nervous system down into your peripheral nervous system, and them thoughts go throughout your body, and it's sending commands, and it's all centered on melanin. You couldn't activate, you couldn't even operate without melanin. So we must understand that. So but they come up with all these fanciful stories to try to explain that. So even in there, they say it's the womb of God. You see, and take that, because we understand the masculine and the feminine, and that the Monkey King was born through that, and that's that chaos, that's that melanin. You see what I'm saying? That's that melanin that come through, and with that access to all information in the universe, man. We got access that we don't know. We got to lighten the load, man. We got to get rid of all these religions. We got to get rid of all this white man history. We got to get rid of his religion, his ways, being around them. We got to eventually get back to where you got to have an environment that thrives on black melanin divinity. You ain't got to do nothing else but that. That is the paradise we need to get back to until we can get somewhere else. But I know some people say this is just a stopover. I don't believe in that. I believe that every stage of existence is a necessary thing to get to the next stage. And there's no stage that should be that you can skip. There's no class you can skip, no grade you can skip. You got to go through every class, every grade to get where you need to be. And that this stage of existence is just as important as any other stage. You miss this stage, you're not gonna get to the next stage. Not properly. You're gonna be dysfunctional if you get there. You might have to, as they say, you might have to repeat. You might have to repeat and do it all over again until you get it right. But anyway, family, I didn't even put the videos in this one neither. We're gonna move forward. I'll bring them back tomorrow, and I'll make sure I talk to the video, but they ain't dropping nothing heavy like what the hell we talking about right now and shit. So, we'll come back and talk about the feeble things of the world, and we'll move forward with Black Divinity. This is the General. Make sure y'all get on over there to Patreon. I'm sorry I didn't look down in the comments too much this time because I'm teaching right now. I want to get through all the videos, and so I'll talk more when we get near the end of the video. Maybe because we got 6 in here and I just did 2. So maybe when I get down to the last 2 or 3, then I'll talk with y'all. But we got to get through these lessons. All right, family, hit that Patreon, get over there, hit the subscribe, the like button, and I'll see you on the next video. Arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.